emotions like right now?
You know, it's hard. It's gutting. You know, it's just you know, we're pretty sad in here. So just you know, to see it come to an end and we have a great group of guys, a great you know, fun year, great year, and to see it come to end like that is very sad, very hard.
When did you guys find out about the Washington score?
Right before the shootout. So, yeah, what are you gonna do? You know.
These last few weeks, I mean, you couldn't have asked much more from the team. The rallies, the late goals. I mean, David Perron tonight, Reimer last night.
Yeah, unbelievable. Really, just so honored to be a part of it. These guys that never quit, had a very close-knit group this year, and to have the last 2 weeks that we've had where we just wouldn't go away, we wouldn't die, and comeback after comeback, and just so much fun, and you know, I wish we had more with this group, and wish we got the opportunity to play in the playoffs, and it would have been so much fun.
Do you think when a little time passes, a little more perspective, you can appreciate the progress you guys as a team did make this season, even though right now you said how much it hurts?
Yeah, absolutely. You be able to reflect and look back. You know, I'm a fan of this team, and I get to play on the team, but to see the future right in front of us, it's pretty special, and you know, I think this season was a statement that you know, the organization's back and heading in the right direction.
Does it hurt a little less in the fact that you guys did everything that you were supposed to do, and you put the heat on Washington? They did what they had to do. I mean, they won the 2 games.
Yeah, I mean, it's obviously we couldn't watch it tonight, but just to hear the way it went down, I guess you know, that stings. So our group, very resilient, came back in the game, and you know, it's just it's very unfortunate. 82 games.
Did you feel there was going to be some magic and DP scored like that?
Yeah, I mean, we won the game and got 2 points, and it's hard to look at that. Yeah.
Is this season just also a good lesson that game 25, game 40, game matters as much as game 80, 81, and 82, because every single point is so crucial?
Really hard to look at that right now, and there's 3 other teams in the same spot that saying the same thing. It is a learning lesson, but I'm proud of this group and everything that we've accomplished. Every time we had adversity, we came back from it. Every time people counted us out, we came back and we did it together. And you know, you saw young players taking a step in leadership. It just you know, it's heading in the right direction, and I'm proud to be a part of this group.
David, what are the emotions right now?
It's crazy. It stings a lot, obviously. From going to, you look at the clock, there's 7 seconds, and then scoring that goal, and then you come back to the bench, you kind of hear not too long after that obviously Philly is thinking that we're losing that game maybe with 7 seconds. They pull the goalie, they do their thing, and they Wash score. So it hurts a lot. You see guys in the room very emotional. It's one of their first big letdown probably, playing these games, I think, for everyone. But for a lot of our young guys, it's massive to have a little nervousness before a game, making little mistakes that maybe end up in our net. Sometimes it don't end up. Big mistakes, whatever, everything hurts so much. it just gets magnified. And I think I'm proud of all the guys. I think it's going to be a big step forward when we look back at it in a couple weeks. And I know how hard it is right now to look at that, but I'm so proud of a lot of our guys, the young guys especially, how many steps forward they've taken this year.
You couldn't have asked for much more these last few games. I mean, the rallies, the comebacks,
Yeah.
just the gutting it out game after game.
Yeah, for sure. I think what's disappointing, it seems like our team game, a lot of the good things happen a lot recently, and obviously you can look back at a lot of things, but we might not have to have our A+ game in October, November, these games, all that stuff, but maybe we've got to find a way to have a game where it's a team aspect. It's more similar to what we've been playing recently, and not just kind of hope to outscore our mistake. And these are just little things that pop in my head right now. And it was tough to come in the room after. Like, obviously Kane scores the goal, but we knew what happened sitting on the bench, score that goal, come back. It's tough.
What's your biggest takeaway from this group?
I think we became a team later on in the season. We became more selfless. It was all about the team. Many ways to see that. Guys blocking shot, guys maybe having less ice time, all that stuff, maybe playing the right way. It seems like when you do that, it seems like you take away from your offense, but in the end, playing these big games, big moments, it kind of goes the other way. You see Reimer, that's the best example we have. He not that he wasn't playing, he was always playing the right way, but he's came through for us with so many big goals, doing it the right way all year. He's emerged as a leader for us, and he's not alone. There's many guys that don't always end up on the score sheet, but we're a big part of that.
Even tonight, all these comeback wins too this season. Just a very resilient group that didn't give up.
It was crazy to see that puck going, and I came back to the bench. I was hoping to hear another good news that Philly might have scored or something, and just seeing Larkin's reaction when we scored last night, Reimer in the pile in overtime, it weighs on him. It's hard on him, and it's tough for me to go through that with him. I really wish we came through for him.
James, how tough was it to, have a game like this, rally like this again, and then ultimately?
Yeah, I was the most excited I've ever been in my life for about a quarter second. And so, obviously when we scored in the shootout and then I saw that none of the guys were excited, I knew that what our fate was. So, yeah, it's honestly, it's a very odd feeling right now. And I think that's kind of the case. Anytime when your season comes to an end, this kind of felt like a Game 7 and the whole day and the whole game, and obviously right now it feels like you lost it, and so yeah, it's a tough feeling.
James, you might be one of the best examples of the resilience of this team, regardless of what's going on. Show up, give it your best, come what may. When you look at this team as a whole, what's your biggest takeaway?
Yeah, just so proud of the character and the resiliency of this group, and I think the growth. I think sometimes it comes down to asking yourself the question, what are we capable of? And I think we answered that in an extremely positive way this year, and we took a step forward. And I think, fans in this city, guys on the team, organization, everyone should be really excited because. We took a big step today. We showed that growth. We showed what we're capable of doing, and it's one of those things now where you keep building off that, and if this group continues to build like we did, it looks like it's going to be a bright future for this organization. So it sucks right now. The emotions are the worst that you can feel in sports. But when you look at the positives, this team has a bright future.
James, how often were you guys getting updates from the Washington game? Are you guys knowing what's going on over there?
Honestly, I'm not quite sure. I was just focused on the game tonight. So, I was playing it like we needed to win regardless, and I had no idea what the score was. I can't speak to it.
When DP scored, was that just, wow, this is unbelievable? This could happen again.
Yeah, exactly. It was incredible, and that's just the emotions and highs and lows of high pressure hockey, and it's it's fun to be a part of those games and meaningful games like this. It's exciting. This is what you dreamed of as a kid is playing meaningful games, and so it's such a fun little run here and just really enjoyable. I mean, it makes you really appreciate this sport and all the blessings we have and just the ability to be able to play a game. So I mean, there's going to be lots of positives to take away, and but obviously right now you're a little choked.
What's just taking place?
Yeah, obviously disappointing. I think for this team, the way that we battled, whether it was to come back in games or just find ourselves in this position, was just it was incredible. It was like nothing I've ever seen. There's no quit in this team. Really had a lot of fun playing with these guys and just playing for the team here in general. So it was obviously it was a really fun year, and it's very disappointing right now. But hopefully we can find some positives in just the way we played towards the end of the year and a battle level of this group. It was just so impressive.
In the 50 games you were here, how much growth did you see in this team?
Yeah, a lot. I mean, I think when I first came, it seemed like we were kind of like more of like a run and gun team, and then as time went on towards the season, I think we really started playing more of a playoff game and found ways to get wins from that. So I mean, there's so much potential in this room. They have a lot of core pieces that will help them for a long time. So I mean, obviously it's sad to see. I mean, I've been around a while, so it's always tough when you're eliminated. But just some of the guys that are in here that had so much hope for the season, and to see the disappointment of realizing where you're out, it's tough to see.
What was it like going out for that shootout that you knew by then?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't really know fully. I think some of the other guys knew, but I mean, even at the end, it didn't seem like there was much of a reaction coming off the bench. So I figured there wasn't too much to celebrate, right?
Patrick, could you ask much more of this team this last stretch? I mean, the comebacks game after game, just gutting it out with everything on the line.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many incredible pieces in here, like I said, and some guys that really carried us down the stretch. Larkin, the Brinkett, Reimer was unbelievable. Sider, the way he plays. Even Simon taking a big step. I'm sure I'm missing some guys, but there's just a lot of pieces that played so impressive down the stretch.
Patrick, I know it's tough to swallow this right now, but from your experience, how can a team, especially as young as this one, kind of channel the emotions they're feeling right now and use that and build upon that next season?
Yeah, I mean, you try to, harness this type of feeling you have and, make sure you don't want to go through it again, right? I mean, I think this team, from, what I've seen, we've taken steps, and even from the last couple of years to this year, you've taken a step. So I guess the next step would be making sure you're in the round of 16 at the end of the season, and making sure we're playing at the fun time of year. So, but I mean, I just think there's so much growth and so many players here. It's just there's a lot to be excited about if you're a Red Wings fan going forward.
As part of the growth, just understanding leading points on the table earlier in the season can really come back to.
I don't know. I mean, you can think about it. You can regret a lot of different things right now when you're not in it, but I think the growth came from the way we played the last couple of weeks, and just some of these guys stepping up and playing their hearts out and stepping up at big moments, big times, and coming through for the team was fun to watch and fun to be a part of.
What's next for you? Are you just going to think about your future? I mean, take some time off.
Yeah, definitely take some time off. I feel like I've been going pretty hard ever since the surgery, pretty much. So it would be nice to obviously have some time off, and obviously you wish you were still playing. But as far as where I'm at, just I think it would be exciting to train like an athlete this summer instead of just rehabbing or worrying about my hip or whatever it is. So.
But you definitely have another season.
Oh yeah. I hope a lot more, to be honest with you. And as a player, you always want to improve too. You always want to take the next step, and I feel like
I'll be able to do that, this summer with just certain things I want to work on with my body and even on the ice, things like that. So try to get a plan together. Obviously, not worry about it now, but at some point pretty soon.
Patrick, are you looking at you're not even thinking about the hip these days? Are you looking at 100%?
Yeah. I mean, I'm pain-free, which is great. Really exciting about that. I think I could probably get a little bit more power, a little bit more strength. I think it'll be something you're always aware of, always trying to work on. But I'm happy with where it's at.
Be proud of their effort. Leave this rink with their head up. Positive narrative about the group all year long, especially down the stretch. They played for each other. It was all about the team. I mean, we take 7 of our last 8 points the way we did. We won 14 games trailing in the third period. I feel awful for the guys because they literally gave everything. It's gut-wrenching for the group. Proud of them. I don't know what more the group could have done battle-wise. This stings, but they did move this proud organization forward from where it's been for the last few years, and we got to keep pushing it forward.
Is there a little bit of solace? You talked about it the other day. I think that you guys did everything you needed to do, and you pushed Washington to the brink, and Washington won its game.
Yeah, probably a little credit. I mean, for them to win out against the competition they did, we probably got to tip your hat to them. But again, I just feel awful for the guys, just the way they competed and battled and how much they wanted it. And again, I mean, we did fall short. Improved 11 points. I mean, we'll have plenty of time to reflect on everything. But everyone had us pick 7th in the division. No one had us in the playoffs. And I felt this group battled. I felt this group overachieved. Hopefully the narrative will change a little bit on what the expectations are going forward. But the guys have done that with the way they battled this year.
When did you guys find out about Washington?
Right before the shootout. Man, it was tough. You see the guys. It's just the way it played out. I mean, you can't even make that up. Goalie pull in a tied scenario, and I don't know if our video guys were being dramatic, but they said Philly was all over them, which is, you got to tip your hat to that team, but you got to tip your hat to Charlie Lindgren. He was amazing. But it's all part of it. Again, about our group, you got to be proud of the group. They battled literally right to the end.
Derek, specifically Lucas Reimer and Moritz Seider, because they're two such key young players. The way, Lucas performed, but Moritz Seider too, the poise he showed, at his age. I mean, that has to be incredibly encouraging going forward.
Of course.
How they played in crucial games.
And the way they battled to compete. And what I like in a young player like that, they battled for the team. It was never about themselves. It was about winning. It's been those guys from day one here. It's a very good sign for us going forward. So these games were very important. How heavy some of these games were very important for the group. Kind of a message to the guys. So we've pushed this group forward, and we got to keep pushing.
How often were you getting updates? Were they just...
We were just checking. Not really. They had the permanent score on the Hawkeye at our feet. So you're kind of watching, but obviously you're engaged to what we're trying to do in obviously a very competitive game. Unique situation, but all part of it, I guess.
Can you understand what they were doing too?
Oh, of course, you're not going in. Every scenario, we've had every scenario. Even the ref came over, I don't know the scenarios. If you need to play your goalie, and he said, no, we don't, we're good. But, every scenario was there. Washington had their scenario. Obviously, Philadelphia had their scenario. We would have done the same thing, obviously.
Perron scored with 3 seconds left. What's your emotion there? It's like, we're going to do it again?
Well, we just battle. It's just them. I liked our looks and chances we had prior to that face-off. So that's them. The stick with it, the will, the believability this group has. We've had all year. Literally got us right to the end. Didn't surprise me at all.